Alright, here we go. Let's start the recap then.
Okay. And I'm just going to focus on Autopsy, not
What
everybody.
what was the last
Um,
session you played in?
the last session I played in is when Gadgeteer began creating a clone body for Doctor Strange um, in the lab. And we had like some conversations about ethics, like would the clone have a soul? Was it really appropriate to
You didn't play
make
in
a
the
body
last
with her?
session. You played 2 sessions ago.
Yeah. And Ralph had gotten trapped in the city of Hartford,
That's right.
and then turns out that it wasn't actually that difficult to get out. Just nobody in Hartford had the ability to get out, and he kind of explored around Hartford, talked to the mayor. The mayor was like, "Yeah, if you can get us out, I'd like to give people the option to leave." Told the Avengers. They said that they were making some space in Vermont, I think, to set up the city, maybe New Hampshire. Um, but the Avengers, no, I take that back. The Avengers had disappeared. The original core of Avengers had disappeared,
Yeah.
and it was the reserve Avengers led by um,
Black Widow, right?
Black Widow. Yeah. Um, and she was like, "Hey, with the government, I think we can rehouse these guys, re-city these people, um, work on finding a way to get out." And then Ralph had contacted Futin, who was, I think, just about done with Evie. He and Gadgeteer were putting the finishing touches on Evie.
Yeah, I think they'd come pretty
But
far.
and
Well,
he was like, "Hey,
no,
let me
no,
go
they
through this."
hadn't. They
They
hadn't
had her. They were working.
because you had all because you had we picked up basically the last day that you played, right? It was like 24 hours later.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they just gotten
Excuse
the
me.
pieces that they'd need because Black Hole delivered them along with the
Yep.
dome city.
Yep. 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 Because he and I had recovered her from the ocean,
Yes.
but then he took them back. So they were working on
No,
her, but
you recovered
then
the special materials you needed from Futon's underwater city.
right. Had we recovered like her core component though, like the crushed version of her from the ocean? I think that I had gotten
Think
that.
Futin or somebody had recovered it.
Yeah, but he was like, "Hey, I need more tech from the city to
Or maybe
finish her."
you picked it up and gave it to him and he reported on you to what happened.
Yeah. So, but then he was like, "Hey, yeah, as soon as I finish up Evie, I'll work on me and
It's been
Gadgeteer will
a
work on."
it's been a very short period of time since
Yeah.
that happened because you crushed her before you left, right?
Before I left, what do you mean?
You left the planet.
Yeah.
So that was, but it was
Was it March?
it was after the Sorcerer Supreme contest.
It was after. Because what happened is Ralph came back from the Sorcerer's Supreme contest. Dublin went to hell with the Agamos. He took over the city of Dublin. Ralph fought through all of that, completed the gauntlet. And was like, "I got to get my identity back." This was like the final. Like he'd already wanted to do it and was like thinking about it. That was
Yeah,
like the
so it was
final thing of like,
yeah.
and then pulled together, the whole team. They had a big Avengers kind of like battle with the High Evolutionary. Cut the deal with him. Ralph, yeah, I mean Ralph. But before that happened, then Ralph he went to Wondergar or Wondergore, Wondergore,
Hmm.
Wondergore. He went to Wondergore because he wanted to check out the High Evolutionary's like base. Gets possessed by Chthon. I didn't realize how nasty Chthon was. I looked him up after that. He's like the big baddie, like deity on Earth.
Yeah.
Like I
He's
don't
an
think there's
elder
anybody
god.
nastier. Yeah, like I mean I don't think there's anybody nastier than him on Earth.
He is probably not. No. He's
Like
he's like Odin Zeus level.
yeah, yeah. I mean like is he more powerful than Mephisto?
No.
Are they the same power?
No, they're pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. Are they all more powerful than Dormammu, or is he kind of in the same?
Dormammu's around the same level, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dormammu
I
might
was
be
wondering because I used
stronger than them.
he's
Statistically.
stronger than that. Would
Yeah.
Dormammu go? Would he go toe to toe with Odin and beat Odin?
Yeah, I think you probably would.
Okay. So, yeah, because that was the first thing that Doom did, as the new Sorcerer Supreme, was banish Chthon because he
Yes.
was really snotty about it. He was like, can't handle the godlike powers, actually, right, Ralph? Or whatever. And I was like, okay, fine, dude, thanks. And then we went and fought the High Evolutionary, came back. It's been a couple weeks since I think that happened, maybe a month. It's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, let's see. You guys left on date is not written down. But it looks like you got back on March 18th. So that was like 2 weeks on the. No, not even that long. It was just a couple days on the High Evolutionary Planet, right? So
Yeah, we were only
probably
there.
early March, and it's beginning of April now.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds right. And then it was just kind of relatively quiet. And
Yeah, put it into
Ralph kind of
perspective.
caught up with.
Mephisto has 3,225 hit points according to these stats I'm looking at. Odin has 3,250. Both of those are inside their own realm, I believe.
Yeah.
Um,
Jeez.
and Dormammu has 1,205. But
Outside of his realm.
that's all the time.
Oh, but are hit points necessarily the best sign of like how strong someone is?
Sort of. But no,
Okay.
not necessarily.
Yeah. Because I don't really see like Mephisto as the kind of guy who like actually fights people and stuff.
Can if he wants.
I guess so.
All of
So
Mephisto's powers are unearthly. Odin would probably win against Mephisto and Dormammu. So Chthon would probably be able to beat Mephisto and Dormammu.
yeah.
Because Odin has the most powerful abilities. He's probably not as strong as this stat. I wouldn't put him as strong as this stat box is, but whatever. Anyways,
So and then so we got back, did just kind of normal stuff. Um, wanted to rebuild Eden. Kind of went off on the quest to do that, and found the city.
yep.
And Ralph's priority, especially while like the Avengers are gone and stuff, his priority is to really like develop the team because there's been some changes in the roster. Delilah's died.
Valkyrie's gone.
Valkyrie's gone.
She was like a reserve exile though.
Yeah, she's kind of in training, But like Valkyrie's gone. Um, Gadgeteer is kind of like coming out of his weirdness.
It's an insult to say that a Valkyrie Norse warrior that has quintuple has thousands of times your lifespan and has thousands of years more battle experience than you was in training.
Hey, you know what? There's rules. There's European regulations. You gotta follow this stuff.
Everybody's got to make 1 year of apprenticeship.
Exactly, mandatory training. We did a 30-day review. We did a 60-day review.
And then she wasn't present for the 90. So it resets now.
We had to count that against her. Probationary period.
Probationary period extended because you're dead.
So, oh yeah, she's dead too, isn't she?
Yes. I wonder how that happened. Rebecca? Nothing?
There's some judgment calls there that And so I think
They were
Ralph was kind of, I think he
sacrifices
probably,
Rebecca was willing to make.
what's that thing that the dude says off of Shrek? Some of you may die, but it's a risk I'm willing to
Yeah.
take. um, so I think that Ralph, I think what's weighing kind of heavy on his soul is like, hey, we're all good individually in our own team stories, like, or in our own like separate comic issues. We gotta tighten up the team issues. Um, we're looking like 6-month Avengers, not 5-year Avengers. So
Which, I mean, honestly, the Exiles has only been a team for like 6 months, so
oh yeah, I guess it has. So
we're really
not
far. We've fallen way behind. We got all the way caught up in the timeline, and now we are way behind again.
yeah.
All right, and then Daybreak, you were in the last session as Chasm, and in the last session, you tracked down a gang to a gym and a recycling center, and you went to meet. You went to a museum / dojo meeting, but you were real beat up in that one. You ran into Steel Shade, Assassin for Hire, and you were nearly killed. You took quite a bit of damage from that beating, and the lethal gunshot wounds turned out to be remarkably lethal for your normal fleshy human body.
That's right.
Then at the museum / dojo meeting, you saw a magic stone that called to you in the museum center. It was a space stone. So we'll pick up there. Rebecca, I don't know if you're still on there. Just send a message in the general chat if you are. And let me know. And you're probably having some mic issues, maybe. So you may have to change your settings for the mic. I would say that's probably the issue. Good. I'm glad you got to hear my lighthearted jabs. I am upset that you did not get to. I am upset you did not get to berate me for them, though.
Rebecca, you are by far the fragger of the group.
Yeah, there you go. I have it coming, and if I don't get put back down, I'm gonna be upset. Yeah, I would check your sound settings in the bottom right corner and check to see if your mic is set up. It might also be a mic issue on Discord, and you can click on your user settings button in the bottom left and then go to the mic thing. That happens to me. It's voice and video under Discord. All right. Autopsy. We'll start with you. We are on April 1st, which is the last day you were present. Let's, before you make that decision, I'm going to pour myself a cup of something to drink, and we'll begin. Apple. Hey, buddy. All right. So, what are you doing?
I think he wants to check on the base first, because he's also realized. I mean, I don't think that Ralph would actually have done this, but we haven't played consistently enough, so we're just gonna have to chalk it up to bad comic book logic. He's totally forgotten about the little kid at the base. He's just been kind of like having to be there with Gadgeteer.
I mean, is that surprising? It wasn't your one. It was not your kid. Two, you just had everybody's memory wiped out of you. Three, you just went through the multiple near-death experience, had multiple people really close to you die.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but let's chalk up like we'll play to the tropes. And it's like that thing that Peter Parker feels bad about. It's like, oh man, I didn't help that kid at the soup kitchen, and as his vultures tried to kill him and whatever.
Yeah.
But I think he's aware of her, and he's like, man, she's probably lonely there. And her friend, like Delilah, who was like her big sister, is now dead. I guess they broke that to her. They let her know that.
Yeah, Gadgeteer, I think, did.
So I think what Ralph will do is he'll invite her and Gadgeteer over for dinner, with the family.
Okay.
We'll
Okay, we'll start there.
We'll have like a dinner, and if you'd like to bring in the Parkers too, I think we could invite the Parkers as well.
The Gadgeteer is going to decline your invitation.
Okay.
He doesn't mind dropping her off, but he doesn't really know that kid. She just lives at the base.
And he's got other stuff that he's going to be working on.
He's got other stuff he wants to do.
Okay. Well, don't we have a teleporter between my apartment and the base?
Is that where you put the other end of it?
Yeah.
Then yes.
But I don't remember if it's one way. Maybe you can only go from my apartment to the base. I didn't hear that last part. You'll have to say that again.
I think it was a two-way.
It's 2-8. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I went to go get my books with stacks and stuff in them.
Okay. All right. So it's 2-way. So yeah. So Isla could just come through. She could come through the teleporter if she wanted. Or if she wants to like, Ralph could fly her there, I guess, or whatever. I don't see why she would want to do that. You can sound very comfortable. And we should make a page, an Obsidian portal page for her too.
She has one. All right. So, Ira will come. She'll be happy to be there. When she gets your call, she is like, "Oh yeah, that'd be great. I'm running out of ramen noodles, anyways."
Okay, we'll make sure that we get a fresh. We'll go to Costco or whatever the Irish Costco is, and I'll make sure that you're stocked back up.
Thanks. Gadgeteer only buys ramen noodles.
No. Uh, Maybe like Victoria like overhears that and is like, "Oh, we gotta fix that." That child's not getting her vegetables. Um,
He just tells me to go eat with my parents if I say anything.
Aren't your parents dead?
Did you ask her that? Because she'll say yes.
No. He's like thinking that. He's like, "Aren't your parents dead?"
Yeah.
They are, right?
Yeah.
All right. We'll have to have a sensitivity conversation with Gadgeteer. He'll put that on the list.
Gadgeteer's been the only one taking care of her.
Yeah, no, so he doesn't really have a great place to talk. He asked Isla if there anything in particular that she likes eating other than ramen noodles.
She says, my name's Ira with an R.
Sorry, it's a little fuzzy. Yeah, that's totally what I meant. The signal must be bad.
I'll just,
Jeez, bro.
I'll just come over. And then and then you hear the screams of people suffering from behind you, and you look back as a burst of hellfire singes the carpet in the main room, and the faces of like ghouls try to claw through the very tear in space that they create, and they are forced open by that flames and the black portal. To hold an opening as they freeze in place in horrific dying poses, and a little girl walks through.
Oh, so she can make her own portals?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi.
Whoa. Hey. Welcome. Good to see you. That was quick.
Yeah. You're not very far away.
No, I guess not. All right. Dinner will be ready here in maybe about an hour or so. Let me show you around the place.
Cool. Look at that. You've got carpet.
All right. Quick mic check. You guys here?
Oh, yeah,
Hey, there you go. She says, yeah, wow, you've got carpet. Gadgeteer says carpet is a pain and you have to clean it and stuff.
That's
why we only have. That's why we only have.
Small enough like this. It's kind of comfortable.
Uncle Mephisto never let me have.
I think it's worth it.
Uncle Mephisto never let me have carpet either.
No, he's thinking about that to himself. He's like, Uncle Mephisto, what? Oh yeah, because he took care of her, right?
No.
He tried to woo her. He tried to woo her into following him.
He revived her deceased soul and embedded it into a Grim Reaper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forget. It's all complex now. Yeah, that's right. Because Ralph had the heart to heart with her and was like, "Hey, you can go with that guy, but you try this out first. See how you like it." That's right.
She jumps over, sits on the couch, and her feet don't hit the floor. She just kind of kicks them back and forth. Yeah. She's just looking around. Looks like she's pretty happy to be there. And then when you're after you're spend a couple minutes thinking about everything, you're like, oh, you want to come take a look, or whatever you were saying. She's like, oh yeah, great.
I'll show her the house. I'll take her on the tour of the house. Show her the trophy room where I've got all my cool stuff that from over the years.
Your house is the is the former apartment building that's just all been converted into yours, right?
Yeah, basically until the legal team can get the laws changed that superheroes can have their businesses again.
Yeah, well, nobody knows it's your.
When I first got into the system,
nobody knows it's your business, Autopsy's business. They just know Autopsy's related to it.
Oh, Yeah, well,
So it's a weird like sort of disconnect going on.
Probably, maybe we can put some spin out there that
Find the head folds on this
Autopsy,
because I'm refusing to
like,
find it.
when he was first a hero, like he rented a room here or something like that. Like that's the connection.
It should be selected right.
Here's the picture of the kid. I was looking for this. She's like 10 years old or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll show her around. I'll give her a little bit of the history of the building.
She looks to be about 10 years old, but the date of what should have been her birth was about 6 years ago.
Okay. Hey, you know what? You're not the only artificially aged child that I know, funny enough.
She's like, okay. What do you mean?
Not that matters or anything. Yeah, let me,
What, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
What does Jordan mean, or was like Ralph mean? Like,
Yeah,
is she asking that?
she's asking that.
Asking that.
Yeah.
Oh, she's asking that? Oh, well, there's a kind of like my adopted son. Is Futin considering it? Is he okay, like, calling Ralph his, like,
I don't think he calls you dad anymore.
No.
And that he might have called you that a couple times when he was a kid before all the artificial aging stuff has happened, but
yeah.
I don't think he does anymore. You got a very beloved stepdad feeling.
Yeah, okay.
To you
but, like,
now.
He wouldn't be uncomfortable with Ralph saying that he's like his like adopted kid.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't call him dad. Okay. He's like, yeah, there's my adopted son, Futin. He had a really interesting story. He was the clone of
What do you mean?
Futin Senior.
What do you mean artificially aged though? What do you what's wrong?
He put himself in a time chamber and made himself older.
Looks down at her legs. I was put in a time chamber? I'm older than I'm supposed to be?
Oh, you?
Is this because I'm tall?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
All the kids in my class say I'm tall.
Does she go to school?
Yeah. Well, I used to go to school, she says. Tell Delilah stop dropping me off. Gadgeteer made a robot that teaches me math now. He said, this is better than your teachers at math. And he's right.
That's probably true too. But do you miss seeing the kids?
I don't have anybody to talk to anymore, but it's not that bad. It's a lot better than when I was collecting people for Uncle Mephisto.
Yeah. Would you like to go back to school? Because I can drop you off at school.
For real?
Sure.
She
Now we have this teleporter.
She looks at you and she's like, I don't know.
All right, you think about it, because you can either take the teleporter here and we can go to a school somewhere in Dublin, or I can take you to one on the island. You just let me know. Feel kind of bad about you just being there, being taught by robots. The kids should have friends.
Sometimes Gadgeteer comes by and corrects the robots.
Yeah. Kind of lonely. Okay.
Yeah, if you'll take me to school, I'd like that.
What'd she say?
She said, if you'll take me to school, I like that, but I don't want you to make Gadgeteer angry. He's the only person that sometimes feeds me.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
And I don't need to eat, but I don't want to eat people anymore.
You have to eat people to stay alive?
Don't you?
He's like,
no.
She
laughs.
Crossing his fingers.
She looks at you and like you look at her and her eyes look really dark and you like look deep into her eyes and you can see far in and and she's like, Just kidding. And like smiles and bounces away.
Okay.
About the you
Sure,
part.
yeah.
It's only
All
bad
right,
people.
well, I'm gonna take you up on the roof. I'll show you the whole city. It's pretty cool up there. We'll do like a tour. I take her. I show her like the basement and tell her how Futin built a machine to like keep the building safe and warm. When the Mummy Queen had like froze the whole city.
That gets you a round of applause.
Yeah. Oh well, that. Yeah, Futin. Futin was really good at that.
She's not that
Yeah, we'll show
interested
her
in
that.
the machine. She's more interested in you like beating up somebody. Like
Oh, she
action
likes that
hero,
more?
yeah.
Okay, then Ralph like knows that, and he like gets into it. He's like, yeah, and then she was like, here. And I was like, what? That was like one of the fights that he came the closest to dying, and I got that super lucky crit on her, and just like obliterated her.
Yeah, she did a
That
lot
was
of
a
damage.
really
to you.
tough fight. Because I was throwing all that shade about how I didn't understand why an Egyptian princess was using cold powers. She got really mad and hit me with like the hyper beam. She's like, fine. It's like melted my armor.
So you'll take her up on the roof, and while you're up there, she listens to you, and suddenly she stops, and her like head swings over to the side real rapidly. Not like unnaturally so, but like she's instantly caught by something. And as she does that, like a big portion of her dress like sinks to the ground, and then like grows claw-like fingers, and then scrapes itself away. Off in the distance, you hear somebody scream.
Whoa, what's going on here? Ira, what was that?
There's a lot of bad people in this city.
What do you do with the bad people?
Send them to Uncle Mephisto.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Awesome.
now.
After some processing, of course.
Processing.
We'll get it there. We'll get it there.
She
Do you
smiles
like
at
doing
you
this
real
job?
big. Uncle Mephisto said I was one of the best.
Yeah. Alf's gonna tuck that away in the back of his brain and be like, we should have a conversation about this at a later date.
You hear three more
Ira,
people
what's
off in the
What's your
distance.
dress made out of? It sure is pretty.
Souls.
Okay.
Souls of the damned.
Oh.
Shut this one down.
Does the dress like come back and there's like a person like dragging?
Yeah, as the dress does come back, you see like 4 or 5 like people's faces like get sucked up into the dress, and then they like come up through the dress, and you see their faces like roll across the back of her neck where the skin's exposed, and they scream and try to reach out of the skin once, and then they go whoop, and disappear.
He's like, oh jeez. However, how long do you have to work for Uncle Mephisto for?
I don't have to anymore. You guys got me out.
Oh,
Remember? There was like that. You said, because I wasn't a bad person, I didn't have to work for him. It's just, they're very
Yeah.
loud, and they smell so bad. I just take care of them that way. It's like throwing away garbage. Gadgeteer says to always throw away your garbage or it'll attract roaches. And he doesn't like roaches. He's a
he's
very
right about
clean
that.
guy. He makes me spray the insides of my shoes, even when I don't use them. And I have to brush my teeth 3 times a day, comb my hair 3 times, and wear a cap whenever I go into his lab.
Like one of those suits you have to wear, like a.
No, just a
Like
cap.
Y'all are weird.
I told him I didn't want to wear the suit anymore, and he said, well, you still have to wear the cap at least.
No, you got a lot of hair. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Oh,
I don't know why he wants to
Okay.
do it. I mean, whatever.
whatever.
He seems
what
like
do
a
you
nice
doing,
guy.
Ira?
He's a good guy. I can tell you that.
What do you like doing for fun, Ira?
Going to school, eating food, sleeping.
Ira, have you ever heard of something called a game?
This place is not smelly like Uncle Mephisto's house was.
No. I mean, what does it smell like to you up here?
It smells like nice in like the outside, kind of like you can smell some. It's like springtime, so there's like some trees and stuff, and it smells kind of nice.
No brimstone.
And then there's
no,
kind of
cooking.
like some stinky stuff from the cars, and then sometimes I can smell the stench of bad people, and that's stinky.
Yeah.
But not all the time. It's not very bad. I mean, it's not as nice as, not as nice as the Isle of Man, or the castle.
Yeah.
Out there, all I can smell
Yeah,
is fish and like regular people sometimes.
Yeah. Actually, that's not bad. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me show you something called a game. I think you might like this. I mean, I'm glad that you like school, and I'm glad that you like eating. Those are really important for a healthy, developing kid. But let's have something called fun, and we'll do it with.
She
we'll
looks
we'll
so
start having fun with the
unimpressed
game.
at this moment, and like she does not believe anything that you're saying. Like there's that you know that childlike hand cross and the head goes down. They just kind of
Yeah,
look
you're
at
like,
you.
What are you talking about, dude? Yeah. Look, just trust me. Let's go downstairs. Play something.
Mr. Gadgeteer tried to do this. He said it was fun too, and then it just turned out to be quadratic equations. And I said, "Those are too hard, Mr. Gadgeteer," and he said, "Shut up, kid. I was doing these at 6." Except for he didn't say "shut up."
Yeah.
I just like to add that part so it sounds meaner. He just
That's
sat
rude.
me down and gave me a calculator and left.
That's rude. People shouldn't tell other people to shut up. But
I know, that's why
you know,
I said
he
it
is
was funny.
Yeah.
He didn't say it.
Well,
He didn't
I'll
say
show you
he's a
something.
nice guy. He's a nice guy. I'm sorry I lied.
Oh, you don't have to like playing with calculator.
I made it
I've
say
got
the bad
something
word
called.
that Uncle Mephisto never liked. If you put the 4 and the 3 and 2 1s next to each other, it says a bad word. And she laughs.
Yeah. Well, it's one that Uncle Mephisto should know a lot about.
Yeah, he thought it was funny.
Yeah. Let's. I'm going to show you something called Uno, and we'll see how you like it.
Okay.
And, and so Ralph he'll rustle up Uno. If it is Victoria back at this point.
Sure, yeah. She's starting on dinner.
Okay. Well, I guess, can you play Uno with 2 people?
Yeah. I do it all the time
Yeah.
with an 80-year-old.
Okay. So, Ralph will introduce Ira to Victoria. Talks about how it tells her that she's like a really famous race car driver. She's a really great shot with her 2 pistols.
Oh.
And she was a super spy.
Wow.
And she's still the super spy. And she has boots that can like allow her to hover off the ground.
So cool.
But and then he'll bust out Uno, and he'll teach her to play Uno.
That goes over incredibly well.
She has a good time.
Oh,
She has fun
Yeah,
playing
it's
the game.
amazing. It's like the greatest thing ever.
Okay. He's like, the really cool thing, Ira? There's a whole bunch of things like this in the world. Not just this game.
Wow, math games that are fun? Wow.
Yeah, who knew? Well, have you ever colored anything? I'm not. He's gonna start
Yeah.
he's gonna figure out the threshold of experiences for her.
Yeah. And then there's a ding on the bell.
We'll go answer it.
It is the Parkers.
Hey, Pete. Thanks for coming over.
Hey,
Does
thanks
the-
for having me. As they everybody comes in, and gives each other hugs and everything.
Who's in the Parker family right now?
What?
Is it just their daughter? Is it just their daughter?
No, they have a
Do
daughter
another-
and a son. Let's see. The daughter
Okay.
comes in. She's 11 years old. She looks. She comes in immediately, like jumps in through the room with like remarkable speed and agility. And
Cool.
her mom like grabs her halfway through and like, hey, calm down. And she's like, oh, Mr. Contain, guess what? I was playing basketball and I dunked on a kid.
Nice.
She's the kid is 11 and is very bright and athletic. The other one is Benjamin Parker, the son, and he
Okay.
is also fairly is also a bright athletic kid, but doesn't seem to have the outgoing or the athletic interests that his sister does.
Did he get the like superhero stuff, the super abilities, or
You don't know
not?
Peter Parker has superpowers.
Yeah, I do.
I don't think you do.
Yeah. Pete was one of the few people until Hobgoblin revealed it. Pete was one of the few people that knew Ralph's secret identity, and Ralph knew his.
Oh, I guess you probably
You and I
figured it
talked
out
about
when he
this before.
died, for sure.
Yeah, I would have known when he died, but no, I knew before that.
Yeah. Okay. Does he know any? Well, he doesn't know any more that you know.
Oh yeah. But this is just like one of those like hazy things where he kind of like knows Ralph just as like, but doesn't like in his mind. He's like, oh yeah, we know Ralph. We've known him for forever. But
Well, yeah, because you're involved with the school somehow.
Okay.
You don't know how. He doesn't remember how, but
it's just like one of those things he doesn't think about. Okay.
the but yeah, you would know. You're right. And May would be. Yeah, you know they both seem to be set to inherit the same abilities.
Okay. Okay.
They May exhibited, both of them exhibited the powers at very young ages.
Okay. Does Peter teach at the Cork Academy?
Yeah. Also, by the way, Peter comes in and he walks a little gingerly on one leg and has a cane these days.
Oh, nice. Okay. Because he's missing the one leg, right?
Yeah, so he has a kind of a cane that he uses to help him steady himself, but he is walking on like a blade kind of leg. You know what I mean? Like
Who
a
was that?
Oh, really?
yeah, bionic leg. Peter Parker.
Even with all of like our super tactic, whatever, he doesn't have a.
He
doesn't have, like, a
does,
bionic leg.
but he doesn't wear a super leg as Peter Parker. That would be
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, only when he's doing crime fighting. Sure, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
so.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we'll invite him in. Introduce him to Ira. I say, hey, she's been staying at the base. And,
You want to? How about you invite? Daybreak as well, just for the sake of.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
And you know what?
In fact, I'll.
Also, let's
out.
just put this out. You're reaching out to people who you think need some time with other individuals right now. At last, Snow was in a bit of a dark place.
Yeah,
Actually, they had Autopsy and Daybreak had a little bit of a
Yeah,
heart-to-heart not too long ago.
yeah.
And it didn't
Daybreak.
end that
Well,
well.
Daybreak blamed him for everything, so there was a bit of a falling out.
Well, not everything, but
You know what? Then in in Olive Branch, Ralph thinks about it. He's like, you know what? Life's too short. He's surrounded by all these people that he loves. He's like, life's too short to let hatchets just sticking out of the ground. We got to bury those. And he's going to call. He calls up Snow and is like, "Hey, you doing anything?"
You don't know Snow and Daybreak are the same.
Do you not? Again?
No.
Yeah.
Gadgeteer's right now the only one that knows.
I probably don't.
Gadgeteer knows. Aaron knows.
And I think, well, she's not part of it, but I think
Valkyrie knows.
Captain. Yeah, that's right. And then nobody else does.
Yeah, I mean, unless you would have told Ralph, and he wouldn't require.
No, he wouldn't have.
Yeah.
No, he didn't make it public knowledge.
Yeah. So did you tell anybody else on the team?
No.
Okay. So there's no reason
All right.
you
Well,
would
then
be
I'll ping you. Because you would show up. You could show up anyways with like your mask on or whatever. He'll ping
But
you.
not at dinner.
Okay.
You could. I mean, you could. You could be weird about it.
Well, how would she get there? But you do know she doesn't have her powers.
Yeah, but
true.
you could always call in the exile jet if you fill out the proper
The exile
paperwork.
jet.
You fill out the paperwork to fly it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ping you. I'll ping you and say, hey, it's been a while. Family's having dinner. We'd love to have you over. You want to come?
Or you can meet
You
up.
get back-
Or you can meet up for patrol night in Ireland if you want. Or you know what? How about you offer to meet up with patrol? Yeah, in Dublin.
Patrol sounds like fun. Sure.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, we'll start it. We'll start it easy. We'll start it easy.
Yeah.
Maybe dinner's moving a little fast.
And you've got new gear from Gadgeteer because after what happened last time.
Okay.
So we'll have to pick up later. So we'll just say you've had about a week to get this all set up. And this is the end of the week. You've had a pretty normal week. You dealt with some minor crimes, autopsy. It's the 7th, right? It's 6 days later. You
Okay.
scheduled this dinner, and this is the night of the dinner. Okay?
Okay.
Jordan?
Yeah, I think that sounds fun.
All right.
Yeah.
And so you've got a bike that Daniel was talking to you about that's, I think, a motorcycle, right? Did he ever message you about it? Rebecca?
Say that one more time. Oh, about the bike?
Yes.
Like fly and stuff?
Yeah. And I don't think it flies.
I thought he was talking to somebody else about that.
I don't know. And he also got you body resist. We talked about it. He's going to get you some sort of land vehicle that'll help you move around faster. And he's also getting you a new suit, and he's made it, and it gives you body resistance. Okay? So what that is excellent protection versus everything, and you don't have to worry about those dying from things that normal humans die from anymore.
Like bullets and
Knives.
falling.
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't just die from massive damage like you did last time. Well, you were almost dead too, so you kind of both of those kind of came
Right
together.
now, it's like she stood at 15 health
Yeah.
when she left. It's been about a week, so how fast? I mean, what would she be at right now?
He put you in the goo chamber to heal you up, so you're full.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right, so yeah, the Parkers are there. May's there. She's getting along with Ira. Ira's a little bit of an awkward, unsocialized child, and is not as obviously she's being tutored by maybe the smartest man in all of the British Isles as an occasional thing, but that's still like maybe maybe twice a week thing. So.
Yeah.
Technically, Ira has knowledge far beyond the abilities of a normal 10-year-old. But
no social skills really whatsoever.
And a very more so than even the lack of social skills, she has a gigantic lack of real world experiences.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, she probably doesn't even know.
So
she doesn't know what a game is. So yeah.
So you see them like playing around, but they're like sitting around while they try to teach Ira how to play like play in a like tag or something as they try to
Yeah.
explain the concepts.
Yeah. We'll let him do it. I'll ask Mary Jean. What does Mary Jean? Mary Jean. That's my coworker. What does Mary Jane do as a career now? Is she still an actress?
Yeah, she's an actress.
Okay.
She flies around a lot.
Yeah. Then we'll just make chit chat, like asking him how work's going.
Yeah,
how's the family.
Peter will get up and he goes in there and helps Victoria with the dinner, and Mary Jane sits in there with you guys watching over the kids. She's like, oh yeah, things are going well. You know, family's doing great. She looks over at the kids and smiles. She looks at you for a second and like she's trying to remember something, but then she really just is unable to. And she says, "What was it that you did again, Ralph?"
You know, it's been a couple different things. I had a detective business here for a long time, and recently I've been doing stuff like website development. Really, believe it or not, I'm not the most tech savvy guy in the world, but with Futon, helping me out, I've been able to launch some websites and growing the business a little bit that way.
Really? Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
I've been working on redoing mine that has all of my stuff for work on there. You should take a look at it. Maybe you can give me some advice. I've got a couple people working on it for me, but I could always use another set of eyes.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to.
And if you, she like kind of looks away and then looks back at you and just shrugs her shoulders. She says, "And honestly, I think my new TV show is pretty good. So if you're looking for something, you and Victoria are looking for something to watch." And she laughs again and she says, "I'm a spy on Web of Secrets."
Web of Secrets. Okay. Now, did you have to like reach out to Black Widow about like any like training or anything like that? Sounds like something that would be right up her alley.
Remember, nobody knows that you're a superhero anymore, right?
But I know that she's connected to. Oh.
And you don't.
But I know that she and Peter are connected to the Avengers.
No, they're not on the Avengers.
Are they not connected?
They're
to them?
Irish.
Was Peter
Remember?
not an Avenger?
They're Irish.
Oh. No, but Peter came from New York. Didn't they both immigrate from New York?
Yeah, but they don't. Nobody knows Spider-Man is Peter Parker, right? Nobody knows that Ralph Fontaine is Autopsy.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. You're totally right. Yeah, Peter never would have. Yeah, it'd be weird that Mary Jane would know any of the Avengers. Yeah. I'm tracking with you. Okay, scratch that. I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
So I'll say it's like a Black Widow kind of thing, like super spy sneaking through. Okay, cool. I could see that.
Yeah, and she like gives you let's see what we get. She gives you a quick rundown, which is
and it's actually in Ralph's bio. He's really into like crime and political thrillers, and those are like his favorite kind of movies. So he's totally into this.
Let's see. here's what I got. I generated one. Mary Jane Watson, apparently she's starring as herself, leads a double life as a journalist by day and covert operative by night. Tasked with unraveling high-stakes conspiracies and thwarting global threats, she navigates a world of espionage where danger lurks around every corner. With her quick wit and resourcefulness and network of allies, Mary Jane battles against sinister adversaries while keeping her true identity hidden. But as she delves deeper into the shadows, she discovers the greatest challenge may be maintaining the balance between her secret life and the relationships she holds dear.
So you and Peter, it's just your life story. Just from like swapped around. Okay.
No. We're yeah, not quite.
Okay.
Not quite that exciting. Not quite that exciting.
All right. Well, I tell you what. This
Our
weekend,
lives aren't. I mean, the biggest excitement. She looks at you and like deadpan says, "The biggest excitement we've really had in our lives is moving here to Ireland."
That sounds fantastic. Victoria and I this weekend will go. You do great work. Now, I got a question about that. So, me and Peter, we both kind of connected on having wives who are way more famous than us. Like, how do you guys balance that? Time, now that you have the kids, too, how do you guys still, balance your careers, but then making time with the family? How do you do it?
Well, Peter honestly picks up a lot of slack, and the fact that he's involved with the Cork Academy School has helped us tremendously. We would not have been able to do it without them.
A lot of resources at the school.
Yeah, the kids are in the daycare program there.
Okay.
Considering Peter is still a chemist, and I mean,
yeah,
he's pretty famous in his own right. As she looks over at him and smiles.
Oh yeah, he's
He said something
Peter
about
work
a
for-
publication. I tried to read the paper, but my chemistry stopped after college.
Yeah, I didn't even get that far myself, so I understand that. But why did you want to go into acting?
I'm good at it.
So did you do a lot of plays in school and stuff, or you watch a lot of movies as a kid? I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, and at that, you guys kind of have some small talk for a while longer, and dinner's done.
Yeah.
You guys have had, a salad, salmon, and the Parkers brought a dessert.
Oh, nice.
Ira offered to give you guys a dessert, but Ralph was like, "No, it's okay, Ira. I don't think you need to bring us anything to eat."
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So,
yeah, we'll chat. We'll chat a little bit longer.
as
Peter, how the work's going.
as the day comes to an end, you get a call from Dr. Afzal Zaman, who you spoke to before. This is a call to Autopsy. You guys are sitting around poking at the cake, laughing at jokes. Peter's making some telling a story.
Okay. I'll say, excuse me, I apologize. I'll step into the other room. Did Peter Zaman?
Dr. Afzal Zaman.
Is this the guy who had the device that could see into dimensions and kind of predict the future?
Yeah.
Okay. Doc, what's going on?
And then as you're like walking away, you hear like the punchline come, and that's why he brought the ladder to the house. He heard or that's why he brought the ladder to the bar. He heard the drinks were on the house, and there's like a awkward like, is this really the joke you told? And as you're like, doctor, what's going on? He says, I have had a breakthrough. My machine is closing in on a more specific date and issues. And wanted to contact you. I have something strange going on. You might want to take a look at it. I believe it'll occur in Dublin. And it looks as though it might even be tonight.
All right. Can you send it to me? Because he's in England, isn't he?
Yes.
Doctor?
He says yes. I believe it'll be. I'll send you the information that I have written out. But do you know of a wizard named Zandu?
A wizard named Zandu?
Yes.
I don't think that name doesn't ring a bell to Jordan. Have we encountered this guy before?
No.
Okay. No, Doc, his name doesn't ring a bell to me. Do I know him?
What did you say?
Yeah, he says, Doc, his name doesn't ring a bell to me. Should I know him?
Oh, yes. I believe he's going to release a creature from an alternate dimension. A dimension within sync with ours, but a dimension of living entities. And in that realm of where abstract concepts are made into individuals, it has been devoured by a single one, Null of the Living Darkness. And I believe he's going to release that creature on Earth. Or at least that's what my machine shows. I'll send you the images.
Okay. Send it over. And you think that's going to occur tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for making me aware. I'm going to put a call out to the rest of the team, and we'll be ready as much as we can. Do you have a location?
No, just in Dublin, and that is so you see the thing, and you see the sorcerer Zandu, who is here he goes. Here's a picture of him. Who is an individual that looks like this, wears a green robe. He does not have the Wand of Watum. But you see him, he stands in front of a portal and he says, "No, now I have chained you to my will. Follow me and heed my commands." And the creature comes loose and then it swats him into the wall. He gets killed. And then it bursts out into the world. Yes. And you see like the next couple days where it just devastates the area and kills most of the population of Ireland before it is stopped.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, we gotta deal with that. I'll tell. Yeah, well, we'll take that down. Kind of like as gently as I can, kind of wrap up the conversation with the Parkers. Okay, guys, thanks so much for coming. Really appreciate you.
You do the
Be
old,
safe.
Well, it's been great having you as you hit your knee and you start to get up.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of give like Victoria when they're like not looking, like give Victoria the eyes, like yeah, this is bad.
And at that, we'll switch over to Daybreak, Chasm. Chasm, what have you been up to today? Rebecca? Rebecca?
He was just there.
Yeah.
Rebecca,
Oh, okay.
Are you there?
good?
Oh, there you go.
Right now she's half-heartedly teaching her class. Ugh. Can you hear me yet?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you
Rebecca? Rebecca, we could just hear you and then you cut out again.
Wonder what happened. Oh. Yeah, try switching mics.
We could hear you a second and then you'd cut out. I should send everybody mics.
We'll just give them out as GM prizes at CritCon.
It's not a bad idea. So you're still pretty sure you're not going to make it?
I don't know. It looks Rachel's surgery looks like she doesn't have to take it in the summer, but she might have. I don't know. We don't have anything yet. Yes, I'll say for now it doesn't look like I can do it. That might change.
Okay. Well, if it does, let me know. You're welcome.
If it does, I would be super down for hanging out with you guys.
We'll definitely have the room. We only went half capacity on the launch, so.
Yeah. Thanks. I hope we can figure it out.
I think I am going to give the group, though, mics with the video cameras attached.
I think that's actually a good idea.
I've almost bought them multiple times, but then I'm like, well, I don't know everybody's addresses, and I have to ship them to everybody.
Yeah.
Alright, so Daybreak is half-heartedly teaching a class, which was the last thing she said. She has been hearing about an arsonist who's been active again in Battersea, the firebug, a person that has escaped her notice before. Her investigation has shown little progress on it as of late, and when she did have a chance to confront him, he ran immediately and went to ground, having not appeared again. But at this point in time, she is flying on her jet in the evening to Dublin to go on a regular night of patrol. when she gets your all call alert to all members of the Exiles.
Yeah.
Daybreak is the only
I'll
one.
Also rope in Gaelic Guardian, and is there any other heroes in Dublin other than him? That's not part of the Exiles?
Probably, but I can't remember any at the moment.
Oh, there's Scythe.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what she's doing.
I think you have their contact information. Are they on your contact list?
Yeah.
Gaelic Guardian is facing an enemy of his, or on the hunt of an enemy of his this evening. Darkfire Devastator.
Great name. Love it.
He's got pockets everywhere.
I hope he has like 2 swords and 2 more like on his back.
Yeah, probably.
He's got to, right?
But and no one else is able to reach your call. Gadgeteer responds, no magic. No
Hey,
magic.
can you guys hear me?
Yes. There you go.
I just switched over to my phone.
Okay.
And this is pissing me off, and I need a new headset. And I just spent $250 on one.
Ugh. I'm sorry to hear it. I was just
me too,
saying
but
to
that's
Jordan that I should get everybody's mics, with cameras with mics built in at for CritCon.
Sure.
That way,
why not?
nobody has an excuse to not turn on the camera. I'll be like, hey, I bought you a camera with a mic.
Oh, this is true. Hold on.
But,
Let me open up my other Discord so at least I have the dice roller on it.
Okay. But
But anyway.
yeah, all of the other members of the Exiles can't meet up. They've got their own things, so they just don't respond.
Oh my guys, we're gonna get eaten. What are you talking about? Dublin's gonna go.
They say
geez.
We don't appear in Autopsy issue number 84 today.
Exactly.
Our editor said that we can't make any more guest appearances for a while.
The fans, the readers were complaining that it was more of a team-up comic every issue.
Yeah. So
Let's have Autopsy do his own fights. Jeez.
yeah, you got only one team up this time, but as you are changing to costume up at the top and flying up into the air to kind of search out the area, there's a zip of a webbing and a red, blue, and black figure zips over next to you as Spider-Man appears on in the area. And
This is Spider-Man 2. This is Miles.
no, this is Spider-Man.
Oh, the black. You meant just like the webbing.
Yeah, the webbing. Yeah.
Cool.
Miles doesn't have any blue
Spider-Man.
in his outfit. I don't think. It's just red and black, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. There's no blue in this.
Anyways,
If you're keeping Miles' costume the same.
So he zips up next to you. He's like, "Hey, I saw you looking around. What's going on?" And at that, you see like this jet flying in. As I said before, Daybreak is arriving on her. What is supposed to be a normal evening, but you did get an all-call alert. You have you've been on the hunt, and you've made some progress on your search for Firebug, who threatened to burn down Battersea before. But when you confronted him earlier today, he immediately fled and went to ground. Or earlier this week, he fled and went to ground. You haven't been able to find him since. You got to find his hideout. You remember him, right, Rebecca?
Who was it again? What's the name?
Firebug?
Firebug.
He was a serial arsonist you faced in issue 4.
Yes. Yes, I remember him. I was not one that really dealt with that one much. That was more Captain Righteous, but yeah.
No. This was you.
Firebug?
This was more recent.
Serial arsonist.
I think he was the first guy you faced after you lost your powers.
Oh, yeah, the one that put her in the hospital, and that's the one where she got into a fight with the hunter. Yeah.
No, I don't think that.
No, because he had to rescue her. Because he had to rescue her first 3 missions.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. I'll have to look for it. But I'm pretty sure I remember reading it in my notes as of a recent thing.
Well, don't forget, all this stuff has happened just pretty quickly, so.
Yes. So, but you know that he's active again, and he is trying to start a massive. He's trying to continue his fiery actions.
Okay.
In Battersea.
Well, if it's Battersea, you know she's got to be there. She's got to patrol there.
Yeah. So you'll have to find his base. Here it is. I don't see him in here. Maybe it was a long time ago. He's at the bottom of your list of bad guys.
Because I remember Firebug is somebody that Captain Righteous was chasing around Battersea before, and I thought he was a bomber.
No, that was the Mad Bomber.
Oh, that's right. Okay, sorry, I got him confused.
It makes sense. People terrorizing Battersea. There's quite a few
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
them. Firebug.
Poor Battersea. But anyway, if she's getting wind that somebody is, it doesn't matter who it is, if she got wind that somebody's messing around with Battersea, she's going to be right there to try and figure out how to stop it, so.
Alright, so yeah, you're on the hunt of that when you get the all-call alert. You arrive at the scene having borrowed the Exile's jet to get here. And you're driving your new motorcycle through the streets of Dublin.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn this because I gotta put some stuff together for my lunch. Yeah, and you get like an all call on Autopsy. It says, Exiles, we've gotten a report of a nationwide threat about to descend upon the city of Dublin. Please meet at this location, and a little beep appears on your team communicator, like the map of the city. Ding, 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 ding. Again, a nationwide threat is here. All available Exile members appear here as soon as possible.
Okay, and this is the first time Autopsy is going to be meeting your Chasm persona, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think so. I'm probably aware of her, operating. I don't know that she's Daybreak. Unless, have you told us that you've, undergone a character shift?
I don't think she really made an announcement about it, other than to Gadgeteer, because they kind of met up at the base while she was, cleaning out her room.
Okay.
Yeah, and Gadgeteer provided her with the new gear to keep her alive.
Right. So she hasn't really made, a big announcement about it, but Gadgeteer may have told you.
I bet she would have.
I bet he wouldn't.
I bet he wouldn't either. He's so insular.
He doesn't, I don't think he really answers questions unless they're asked to him.
Oh, that's probably true. I guess I think of him as, being, an information guru, and, he would tell the leader of it, but no, he probably wouldn't.
No, he does
Not
his
unless you
own.
feel that
I think he does his
paperwork.
own. I think he does his own thing until told otherwise. What was that?
Sense. Ralph would have asked what happened to Daybreak since the High Evolutionary.
Yeah, he would say. Yeah, then she's running around in a black suit in London with no Bowers.
Ralph's like, oh yeah, it's.
Check the chat. That's her new costume. It's a white
Where'd you
suit.
put it?
It's just above the green one.
Which one? Oh, above
Go
the
up
green
a little
one.
bit. Yeah.
Oh, you've got a. Oh yeah, because you have a sword and a shield. I thought you had an all black dark outfit to blend into the night.
She doesn't blend in. She stands out. She can't help herself.
Okay, cool.
Jake,
You light your own.
obstacle.
You light your
Like
sword and
that
your
part.
shield and fire.
If I can, I would love to.
All right.
This is reaching that stage of her superhero career. Okay. Kind of like
The really like flamboyant.
like
This is
angsty, flamboyant, rebellious stage.
Yeah, this is the
Ross
dark.
like, oh, yeah.
This is the dark era. The one we'll want to forget about in 10 years, 5 years,
Yeah, exactly.
2 years maybe. All right. So as you guys meet up, you see a motorcycle drive up to the bottom of the building you and Spider-Man are standing on. Autopsy. Roll intuition.
Detective factor into this.
Daybreak. Roll intuition. No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think that's white for me.
I may need you to do it for me. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. Hold on, maybe. There we go. Sorry, I'm on the phone, so it's taking a lot longer.
Okay, white for Spider-Man too, because it's not danger.
Intuition, 42 on excellent. I gotta find my chart. Hold on.
I can look it up for you. That's a white.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
I figured.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
I guess we'll have to come up with a search pattern, to try and find this thing. Unless is there an energy signature he thinks it could give off?
So you told Ira Maxwell your secret identity, right?
Yeah, I'd have to, right? Otherwise, why is this weird guy inviting her to?
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that.
Or, honestly, if you wanted to say, she could have been in the hell dimension or something when everyone got brainwiped, and so it didn't affect her.
If you want. I mean, no, she wouldn't have been.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, what are you guys doing? You know this guy's out there in Dublin somewhere. And he's active tonight.
Okay, can I have pulled up some stuff about the guy?
There's
We've
nothing
had
on
a
him.
couple weird things. Is there any super mystical locations in Dublin that could help channel the power to open a gate?
Spider-Man goes, I thwip, I don't magic.
Yeah.
And Daybreak or Chasm, as actually, let's make this. And he goes. Spider-Man leans over to you and goes, "Hey, who's the girl, the woman with the sword? And he just kind of gestures behind his back.
Yeah, I think that might be Daybreak. But she's going by a different name now.
Oh, he stands up and he walks over to you, Daybreak, and he says, Daybreak, I didn't recognize you. And he offers to shake his hand. Nice costume, I like it. You've got I like the shield. It's round.
It's Chasm, not Daybreak, and thank you.
That's her superhero dead name, man. Jeez, what are you doing?
You are dead to me.
Jeez, Spider-Man, you can't just go around saying that. It's 2024, dude.
He webs himself out of there.
I'm just kidding. This is what a real Marvel comic today looks like. Jeez, trying to be woke and edgy. Yeah. Oh, thanks for coming, Chasm. I know that you might have some expertise in magic. A wizard is going to be summoning a horrible eldritch beast creature thing here. Is there anywhere in Dublin that you think would be particularly empowered along the ley line or something. Both Spider-Man and I here, we're just good at punching things.
And I will say that apparently I was Null, the Living Darkness. I thought it was a thing that I made up, but it was a real thing when I looked him up. And I will say that the background has to be modified slightly. He is a demonic entity created from the negative impulses of a seemingly impossibly benign and now extinct angelic race that once lived on Earth's moon.
Is that what we're sticking with? Is the lore?
That is
rough.
that is its canonical backstory.
Love it. So what, you thought that you made him up?
Yes.
But like,
I didn't write
because that's
down.
an oddly specific thing to make up.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does tell me that Null, the Living Darkness, does not sound like the exact name you would give to some sort of crazy dark monster.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
It's very, it's like right on the nose.
Yeah. 100%.
How do you spell that?
Null.
K-N-O-L-L?
There it is.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, so do you know anything about magic, Daybreak? I mean,
the
Chasm?
best she
Chasm?
has-
I said Chasm.
Yeah, the best she has is Norse and Asgardian mythology.
So no, you don't have a cult, or occult lore or mystic origin?
Nope.
Okay, you don't know.
So what? No, I don't have a cult lore. But,
They say Spider-Man says, "Well, guys, I mean, and ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we really need to find some sort of specialist on this,
yeah.
and we need to do it in like the next now because apparently the whole world's gonna die, and I keep my stuff here."
Aaron, he's not picking up. Ralph's like racking his brain. He thinks about her, and he's like, "Ooh, does Ira have any occult lore background?" He thinks about it. He's like, "Yeah, she does."
Spider-Man says,
kinda like
"Hey,
weighing out
what are you
the
muttering to yourself right now?"
I'm in a deep moral obstacle here. What do I do?
Ira?
I think, yeah, she could be really useful, and she's not doing anything right now. But she's also a child.
And then you look down at your feet as you say that, and the little girl's face is like peeking up from under your legs, and she's like, "You picked me?
Okay.
I was here the whole time. You didn't see me." Oh man, I get to be on an adventure. And she like rolls out from under your legs. She's like, "Yeah." I'm gonna punch them like you punched the Mummy Queen. And Spider-Man looks down at the girl, looks up at you, looks down at the girl, goes, "Huh." It looks at the building you guys are standing on and says, "I won't tell anybody."
You're a good man, Spider-Man. Let's go. Okay, that's taken care of. God dang it. 10 years and still really bad at this. He'll go to, he'll like jump over another couple buildings, explain the situation to Ira. I mean, I guess she heard it. He's like, "Ira, you think
Yeah,
you
that's
can
what
help us
those
find
intuition rolls were for earlier. She was following you guys around.
this?" Oh, okay. You're really sneaky.
Yeah, I can shapeshift like this. And then you hear like, as like a bunch of souls rip out of her body and like they transform her into a dark shadow mass that like slinks into the ground. And then it crawls around like your shadow as like an ooey goo.
Yeah.
And then like suddenly like 6 eyes pop up and look up at you. And then a big smile pops up and she says, "See?" And as it talks, the mouth like drifts away to the feet, where the feet should be. And it says, "See, look at this." And you hear from up above, like Spider-Man is sitting on like a flagpole. "Oh my God."
Yeah, I think it's like just now, like it's like dawning on Ralph like afresh of like we're dealing with like an elder chore here in a child's body. Okay, Ira. You're. I'm gonna officially deputize you as a member of the Exiles team here, temporarily, mind you. I'm gonna say
Yes,
that
and
this
she
is
like snaps back and
Honorary?
bounces out as a little girl again.
we're gonna say that this is a probationary, preliminary test here.
Do I get a badge?
We can talk about getting some badges made. I bet you we could 3D print those. But we're going to need your help finding this wizard, Zargon. I think that our best chance is stopping him from completing whatever ritual he's going to try and do. We don't want to fight Noel, the Living Darkness.
I think he's over
Sounds like a
there,
real problem.
and she points towards the docks area, like the ocean side.
Oh, you can just like sense. Oh, because he's evil. Sure.
Yeah, he's a bad
Okay.
guy. He's extra stinky.
All right, let's get him. All right, guys, follow that smell. Oh, like leaping across the roof into the night sky. Chasm, do you have any means of like traversing like buildings and stuff?
Not really.
She just goes and wheelies as she drives her motorcycle, swerving through traffic, following you guys. It's a really fast motorcycle.
Awesome.
Right. And then Ira, is she just kind of like hanging my shadow?
No, she can't actually move that fast in your shadow. So she just kind of stretches one of her arms out as like a finger, like the when like you see like one of those dead like ring lady hands drape over your body. But then you look back at it and it's like a spaghetti string long as it stretches back to the little girl's body, and then Spider-Man's like, I'm just gonna look this way. As he webs off to the front.
Yeah, Rob's just gonna like keep his eyes ahead as this like girl's like floating behind
Here,
him.
whee!
Ugh. Tendrils of arms pulling. Okay, that sounds great.
She says, do a loop.
Do a barrel roll.
She holds on very tightly. You can feel the pressure on your shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, I don't try to lose her by any means. Just
Yeah, she's
I'll give her a
definitely
call. I'll
not
have a fun
that
time.
strong for a superhero, but in terms of a normal human being, she has the ability to maybe lift about a ton over her head.
Oh wow. Okay, so she's like peak human, higher than peak human.
Yeah. So you guys zip across the city, and you hit an area over here, and she kind of holds her nose. And she says, it's extra stinky over here. I think there's a lot of bad people.
Well, we're looking for one. Is there any guy that smells bad, like bad magic?
And it's too close.
Okay. All right, guys.
And
spread
she
out.
holds her nose, and her eyes like water as she like looks away.
Ugh,
And she's
sorry.
like, I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna try and find the worst of it, get rid of it.
She sniffles a
if
couple
you don't
times,
mind-
and she goes, I think it's in that building right there. There's like a lot of them.
Oh, it's probably a cult summoning it, would be my guess. Ralph's gonna peek into the shadows inside the building. Like kind of do the quick camera scan between the rooms to see.
Yeah, and as you
what
do
he
that,
can
you see like Spider-Man go, and he zips himself on and he's crawling across the ceiling. What are you doing, Chasm?
I'm just catching up as best I can, and
No, you kick the kickstand. You're standing next to Ira, who's holding her nose, and her eyes are watering like somebody's cutting an onion in front of her.
she just kind of like pats her shoulder, and she's like, you know what?
You mind if I clean up, miss?
Go right ahead.
And she says, you're wearing a
Oh,
mask
no.
because I'm not supposed to say your real name, right?
My real name? I'd prefer that you didn't,
Okay.
but I'm glad you know who I am.
Yeah. I see you guys all the time. And, yeah. At the base.
With Aunt Delilah, yeah.
With Aunt Delilah. And you were friends with, Miss Valkyrie.
Yeah. Yeah.
was being the operative there. Ralph doesn't say that though.
Ralph's an asshole sometimes.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
She says, "Do you mind if I clean him up?" To Chasm.
Go right ahead.
No, don't. That means she's gonna murder them all.
And then from her body, like a pile of black ooze emerges, and it goes, and it just slurges over the entire building. And meanwhile, on the inside, you see like a small cult in there, and there have been a couple people who have been like stabbed and sacrificed, and there's a small pile of hearts and like a little pyre there, and you see Xandu come over, and he starts to cast a thing, and then they go and light up in purple flames, and he starts to mutter something, and then the light, shining light that occupies the entirety, like the whole entirety of the floor, the rest of the room, this large building, starts to light up.
Yeah, we're gonna disrupt that.
Can I use my stun gun and shoot the pile of hearts?
You're outside with the girl.
Oh, okay. So I can't see what's going on?
Yeah, you don't see what's going on. You just see the whole building get transformed. So what happens is it gets hit by this like black goo, and then out of it you see like people going, ah, as they scream, and they try to pull themselves out of it, and then they go, and they get sucked back as like you see the literal souls of the damned try to escape from their eternal torment.
Okay. Hey, Ira, just don't let anybody escape.
I can do that. As she goes, I can do that.
Okay, you know what?
Don't worry, this stinkiness will get cleaned up really soon, Miss Chasm.
Let's go inside and see what's going on.
She said, don't worry, I'll get the stinkiness cleaned up really soon, Miss Chasm.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, why don't we pull it back just a little bit, and why don't we head inside first and see what we've got going? We don't want anybody innocent getting hurt, right?
Nobody who's nice get hurt.
Well,
and then
why don't we...
And then you guys see like eyes start to appear. You and Spider-Man start to see eyes appear everywhere inside of it, and the cultists are like, "What?" As they look around, like, and then they like a hand grabs them and pulls them to the ground, and you see them go as their black eyeless face screams out to them, and an infinite void of horror shouts from inside their mouths as the cultists like start to panic.
Spider-Man, Ira's probably gonna kill all these people. We gotta get rid of these guys fast. Ira, please don't kill all these people.
Do you drop the
No, I'm not gonna say that yet.
The dark vision?
I wanna get to what?
Do you drop the dark vision?
Yeah, no, I think I'm going inside the building, yeah.
Alright, you drop it, and you shout that at her as you hear from screams from the inside. Spider-Man goes, guys, there are evil monsters attacking everybody in here, and it's crazy. The walls are lighting on fire.
I think I'm gonna book it in there.
Let's capture all these people, but we're gonna throw them in jail, okay? It's a different way of punishment than just sending someone to Uncle Mephisto, but it's the way that we try to do things as superheroes.
Oh, it's too late for that now. I already got permission. He says.
He just gives like a real dirty look at Chasm. He's like, puts that down as a team briefing.
Okay, that's a first one. Let's see. They need a 75 to fail, 1 success, fail, 2 success, fail, 3 success, fail. So 3 of the cultists as you fly into the room, you see the thing like it swirls upside around them, and then the hands like grab hold all over their body, and one like grabs hold of their face, and they go And as it like subsumes them, there's like a goop pile, and then it erupts into this crazy like flower that sprays blood into the air. And you see 7 of those erupt. It's one like a couple of cultists push it off. They're like, ah! They start to run, flailing their arms wildly as like the hands grab hold of them and leave like these scorch marks through their body as they like roll in horror and pain. And then the walls like start to come back to their normal form and the fires start to go out. But the ones that the flowers, as the burst of blood comes out, and then crawling outside of the front of the blossom, instead of the blossom blooming, you see a red demon like come out and is like covered in like sap of some sort, or afterbirth, right? Like shakes its wings as they dry, and they like. And their heads swing around a couple times as 7 demons erupt from where there used to be cultists.
This is gonna be fun.
Where's the wizard, Jake?
Spider-Man is like, and he pulls himself down, and he like swings one and punches one of the demons, and it stumbles backwards.
All right, I'm gonna prioritize taking him out first.
All right, he's in there. He seems to have been resistant to it. He like raises his hands and he goes, "What is this? Who summoned demons? How dare another cultist challenge me here? I am Zandu, Master Wizard." As he looks around as if to make sure no one is verifying that fact.
Jake, I want to have my shadow golem like reach behind him and get him like in a headlock.
All right, we'll.
And that one, let me check. I think, yeah, he's a permanent one, so I can just use him like a regular power.
Okay. The guy is shouting and like looking around and not paying attention, and your golem just does. It's got him. He can't break free.
Okay.
He's like, "Ah, curse you!" What do you want to do now? Daybreak. Chasm.
I want to shoot him.
With a stun gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's restrained.
The
so
shot hits him, and it does no effect because he has a force field up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
How much is the effect rank of that gun?
Remarkable.
As it hits the force field, it lights up, and he's like, "Ah!" And then you see the magical energy around him dissipate. The force field is down. The demons move forward, and one of them like that stands about 8 feet tall reaches over and puts its gigantic clawed hand and like gingerly, very very gingerly wraps the giant clawed hand around your shoulder, and you see the giant claws kind of like tap your shoulder a couple times, Chasm, and as it does, like the barest taps seem to cut right through your suit, and then it looks at you and it smiles and goes, and then it like, as it holds you right there for a second, like it leaves that hand on you. 3 more of them walk up to where the shadow demon is, as they come up to where Zandu is, and he looks at you and says, "Demons, back! I can control you."
But it's not hurting me. It just taps me on the shoulder.
Yeah. Its claws are clearly razor sharp, like. Ridiculously ridiculously sharp, right?
Yeah, so it's almost like it's showing me what it can do, but it's not actually hurting me.
Yeah, it's like it's playing with you.
Oh, fun.
Okay, Spider-Man's like, "What do we web up these demons? I don't know." He webs some of them up. He's like, they seem to have killed a lot of people. I'm not a huge fan of this. Autopsy.
No, me neither. I don't know if they killed these people or if these people have become demons. I don't quite understand Ira's powers, but
he looks over at one of the flowers that is just like leaking blood out of a blossom now. And you look at the stem of the flower and it's made out of like spinal cord. And like nervous system cords wrapped around each other, and then the leaves are like muscle flesh ripped apart. And you're he's like, "I don't think I want to know."
Yeah. We gotta take these guys out. Hey, demons, are you gonna go back to hell, or are you guys gonna cause problems here in the city?
They look at you and they go, they don't seem to be articulate.
Okay.
Autopsy, go. One of the
I'm gonna go
demons
punch
is
the
webbed up currently. But, yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go punch the wizard, take him out, get him out of here, because it looks like they're gonna try and kill him, because Ira told them to take out the bad guy, and I don't want them to murder the wizard. So I'm gonna fly in, pop the wizard like with his shield down.
Okay.
Like,
Make an
two hits.
agility roll.
Okay. The yellow.
Okay, the wizard had an action, and he was kind of saving it to as a bait attempt here. Not sure exactly how that works, so I'm just making an opposed agility roll. But his bones turn into mush as your guy's holding him, and he got a green. So as he pulls himself out, you pull in, and you're about to clobber your golem, and you're like, and you pull it away at the last second. You turn back around, and you make an attack at the wizard.
Okay. Yellow.
60 is green
Hold
on me.
That might be a red. Hold on. It is a red.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a red.
Ira is running towards the building, but unlike the rest of you, she has short legs and isn't that fast. So,
Poor Ira.
red. All right. So he gets a green. You swing in. You pull that back, and then you turn the other hand around, and then you do an elbow to the side of his face. You see the shield crack, and he goes as he stumbles and holds his face as he gets hit for how much?
That's 90. Monstrous.
It shatters the shield and he hits it, and he collapses to the ground. As he hits the ground, the demons just swarm. All of them, they're not tied down, they jump on him. There's 5 demons on top of him. Daybreak, Chasm, what are you doing?
Get off of him.
I'm probably gonna go try to save the wizard.
Spider-Man's like, I don't like the guy, apparently, but I don't really want to see another one of these. As the other cultist, you see the other 2 cultists sitting over in the corner. They're like, as they just are balled up and screaming. Go for it, Chasm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and help him just to get him away from the demons guys. But actually, you know what? And so, how far away is Ira again?
She's outside the building still. She'll be in here in probably the end of this round.
Okay. I'm going to try to protect the wizard. I want my light power so bad right now. So maybe I want to kind of because she has tumbling, so maybe do some sort of back flippy sort of martial arts move away from the demons that are near her, and maybe try to get some space between her and them and shoot the demon that's closest to the wizard. Is that possible?
There's a whole pile of them on him.
Or any
yeah.
of them, just shoot into the pile then.
Yeah, sure.
But I do want to try to get some space between me and the demons that are around me.
Are you sure you want to shoot? You don't want to cut with your sword?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's your sword's material strength?
The sword is amazing. So, yeah, that's better. I'll come up and try to, stab through the back of if they're all dogpiling on him, I'm going to try and come up and stab through the back of one of them. And I'm probably so going to die right now. But, yeah, that's a white.
You can roll for multiple attacks, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no, she can't. She's only got... Wait, she has remarkable in agility, so can she?
What's your fighting?
My fighting is fantastic.
So you would roll a fighting, which you got a white right there, so... I mean, I guess
Okay,
that would
so
be your
that's no
first
for 2
attack.
attacks, then?
That should be your first attack. So you can roll for 2 attacks, but that's your first attack. So roll for it just in case.
Okay.
No, you know what? That can be your roll for 2 attacks. This can be your first attack roll.
Okay. So that would be no, and then, so 70 on her sword. So 70 on fantastic.
Okay, the demon
Which would
is
be,
not necessarily paying attention to you. One demon's webbed up, one demon's got punched by Spider-Man, and then you jump into the middle of the dog pile, grab hold of one of the demons, and then stab him in the side of the shoulder blade. He goes as he screeches, having failed to notice your attack or block it in any way. And you draw back, and as you do, your sword lights on fire with hellfire, and then it you got a burning sword as it burns with demon blood
Nice.
Do I get to have a burning sword?
for a little while. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Demons go. They, because you knocked him out. Daybreak stabbed a guy. Spider-Man webbed some people up at the beginning. Yeah, the demons go. The dude's made a heroic recovery, or a villainous recovery to stay alive. So the closest demons dogpile on him, and they you hear as they scratch against this place, and then one of them busts through the shield pretty early on, and they're a barrage of attacks, and pulls the cuts through the shield, knocking the guy out, and then they reach down and grab him, and then they all pick him up over their head. They're as they screech out like a victorious roar, and they look around and they rush over carrying him. They rush towards one of the flowers.
Get him! Whose turn? I guess Spider-Man probably goes first, right? He's fastest.
At that point, Ira runs in. She says, "Oh, look, they got him! Yeah, you're good boys, aren't you?"
Yeah, Ira, we need to take this man to jail. Not hell. Not yet, at least.
Okay, Autopsy, you're up. Is that what you're going to say?
What?
All she does is come in and applaud them, and then your turn.
Oh, I guess what I will actually say is no. On my turn, I'm gonna clothesline them all.
She's like, yeah. If you stick him over there, I'll just have the infection eat him up. You're such good boys. I'll give you a treat later.
Can we put him in jail, Ira, and not have him get killed?
Roll personality roll.
All right.
By the way, as you look over to Ira to say that, you see Cult Leader Head 1 grown out of her shoulder, Cult Leader Head 2 grown out of this side of the shoulder, so she's got 3 heads. There's a 4th head hanging off the shoulder, there's a 5th head coming off the side of one of her hips, there's a 6th head busted out of her knee, and there's a 7th head behind her coming out of her back.
Alright, that's a green.
What's your personality roll? What's your personality roll?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. She goes, 21 on incredible. She looks at you and she says, well, I mean, isn't this where bad people are supposed to go, Ralph? And she smiles at you real big.
You know what? Yes, but something that maybe Uncle Mephisto didn't tell you is we want to give bad people the option to change, meaning that they can say that what they've done is wrong, and we give them the opportunity to try and do something different. As a hero, it's not our responsibility to kill people, it's our responsibility to stop them from hurting innocent people and to put them in jail. And then if the city or the state or God wants to kill them, they can do it. It's just not our job to do it.
She looks at you and smiles, and she says, see, this is why heroes are neat. This is why Uncle Mephisto likes you all, because you're so nice, and you want to do the right thing all the time. Yeah, I'm not a hero. I'm here to cut souls down and send them to hell.
We each have our job to play, I guess.
But, since you're such a nice guy, I guess so. Put him down, boys.
Thanks, Ira.
And she says, I thought I was really going to get to fight you guys. Look at this. And she, reaches over to one of the steel beams and, twists it into a dog.
Ow. No, I'd really like to not have to fight you. You'd be really tough.
She comes over and hands you the dog. She hands it to you, Chasm.
Oh. Thank you.
Are you even able to lift it?
No.
Yeah, never mind. She goes, oh, I'm sorry. You want a smaller one? And she goes over to get another one.
No, Ira, it's okay. It's really okay.
And then you as she's saying that, you hear the occasional moan and whimper of the cultists being, as the 7 faces of the cultists look at you in horror, all off of her body.
They're like, listen, guys, this is what you get for sacrificing humans.
So yeah, you've got Xandu in custody now. Spider-Man looks over at you, Ralph, and scratches his head, and he goes, I feel like this wasn't a good one. I feel like
It doesn't feel
I don't
great,
feel
does
good
it?
about this on Autopsy.
You know, Spider-Man, this is how I feel a lot of the time. The greater good, we do, but it feels bad. Let's report this one to the police. They can clean up this mess.
She reaches over, and as she does, she sucks back in the mass.
Okay, thanks, Ira.
Yeah, normal people find this one gross. You guys didn't even throw up. And you see Spider-Man kind of half raise his hand as
His mess. There's a power called Iron Will. I'm really glad I have it.
Oh yeah.
All right, Ira, let's take this guy
Can we
out
get
to
ice
jail.
cream?
You know what, Spider-Man? Can I leave him with you? And I think I'd like to have a conversation with Ira.
Can we get ice cream?
And I was
Autopsy?
gonna just say that. Let's go get some ice cream.
Great, Mr. Spider-Man, Mrs. Chasm, you guys want to come? Look, we can just do this. And then as she reaches over, unties her dog, and then ties it up around the wizard. And says, see, look, I can even make him into a ball. I guess that would be killing him.
I'd kill him. We want to make sure he's unconscious, though, because he's got that sneaky bone melting thing, and he can just get away. Let's wait for the police to show up, and then we'll turn it over to them.
How can the police arrest a magician, though? Can't magic just... if he's magic, he's just going to teleport himself out. The fancy police technology won't work on him.
Don't they have those power dampening cuffs?
1 second. Then there's a horrible gateway of hellish torture appears after a minute or two. And then she walks through and then comes back through and grabs him, tosses him through the other side, claps her hands, and says, I saw this on a cartoon once. This is what you do when you've cleaned up a mess.
Oh. So you just pitched him into hell alive?
No.
Um,
No, you said don't go send him to hell. I just dropped him off at Mr. Aaron's house.
oh, great job. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
What about those guys? And you see the two cultists, like the two living cultists, like as they lay on the ground.
I think the cops can handle them. They're not.
They're probably
not
just
really-
humans.
They just do bad things.
Cool. Can you swing me as we go back?
Absolutely. Let's go.
No, I meant like the one
Really?
with the where I hold on to your shoulder.
Yeah, oh, I was gonna say, does she want that, or does she want like Spider-Man, like him holding on one hand and me on the other, and she's like swinging in the middle, like a little kid between the two parents?
Yeah, I don't think she knows that one.
Jeez.
So, but yeah, she'll do that one too. Yeah, there we go.
We'll show it to her later.
It's like woo.
Yep. Go ahead, grab a hold. We'll swing away.
Miss
Yeah,
Chasm
we'll
said
go
I
get
could
some
take
ice
care of these guys, and look how much nicer it smells around here.
Is there,
That's always
is
a
there
plus,
like,
isn't it?
isn't there still like blood and like scorched bodies and stuff?
That's not
Yeah,
what she smelled.
yeah.
No, she smelled evil. That's true.
Right.
But I mean, I'm having a hard time looking at the spinal cord with like neurons wrapped around it.
No, that's gone. She reabsorbed that.
Oh, okay.
And she the faces get sucked back into her body once she tries to give Chasm her dog. So
Okay, great.
now
So
she looks
she's
like
a
a normal
little
girl.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go get some ice cream, everybody. I'm buying.
Woo! We should go on Avengers again.
We will. We're gonna have to do some training though. You did a great job with this one. Really impressive. I'm gonna need some time to review your performance, and we can have a performance evaluation
Oh, God.
at the base.
Yeah, can I get a badge? Spider-Man's like,
I
oh
think
my
we-
gosh. Oh my gosh. What have I seen here today? There's not enough therapy in the world for this.
Again, there's a power called Iron Will. It's the only reason I'm still going. You just compartmentalize, Spider-Man. You compartmentalize and you move on. And you just know that one day it's all going to come crashing down.
No good deed goes unpunished.
No, he doesn't say that. But, yeah, so we'll go get ice cream.
Okay, yeah, you guys go have ice cream. It's delicious. It's a great time. There you go.
We'll send Ira back to the base. Tell her I really
You get a
appreciate
call
her not
from
killing-
Dr. Oswald Zaman, Dr. Zaman, and he says, I don't know what you did, but the situation's been resolved.
You know what, Doctor? I'm just going to let you know that we'll just leave it at the situation is resolved. Don't ask me any details ever, please.
Okay.
Thanks for the good
I
work
was-
that you're doing. Keep it up. I hope we. I hate what you do, and I'm so glad that you do it. Like, and he just like gives a heavy sigh and then hangs up.
So, Chasm, do you go to ice cream with them in your outfit? You guys sit around at the bar eating ice cream at like
Yeah, it's like
11
the end
o'clock
of
at night.
Avengers movie.
I think Chasm might sit this one out. She's not big into ice cream.
Okay. Yeah. Do
I'll
you,
like shake your hand.
Peter,
Good work. Thank you.
Spider-Man? You guys take it to go. You know, you guys. Ira demands to sit at the little table out front, and you and her sit there, and she like kind of kicks the side of the chair as she sits there eating ice cream, and finishes it really fast, and then does like one of those kid things where they just start to like melt over the chair, but she just does. She just like hangs halfway off the side of the chair, and then flips around to hang off the other side. Her hair hits the ground.
So, Ira, do you not have any bones?
Yeah, I got
How
bones.
are you able to do that?
What are you talking about?
I mean, I can't do that. Look, He like leans back in it and is like, "See,
You just gotta
I'm
do
almost
this."
dead."
And then she just gets up and hangs with her back right over top of the chair. And does the very kiddish flexibility test. Spider-Man's like, eh? As he's standing up, he's hanging upside down from one leg, kind of, and then like stretches back and yawns real big as he's back as he does like a U back bend and touches the wall.
Yeah. He can like scratch his back with his heel.
Yeah,
Sure.
eating ice cream upside down.
Yeah, I think that Ralph. I think he has like really good reflexes for like amazing agility, but I don't think he's like super flexible. He still has to do like stretches and stuff, and like
Plus, he's old,
pre-workout. Yeah, he's getting close to 40.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he's getting 40. Well, okay. We did it, team. Well done.
high five. And Spider-Man reaches down and high fives her.
Yeah, we'll do like the big like 3-way.
So, and he says,
Nicely
so
done.
those guys, I mean, they clearly had a bunch of hearts, so they were bad guys, but he looks at Ira and says, is that really necessary? And she looks up at him and goes, I don't know. They just were sinners.
No, there's
They
certain
probably
belief
had
systems.
5 to 6 more years of lifespan, though.
Well, and again, something that I believe is a hero.
There's
that
not
people that are on the team with me. I'd like you guys all to be a part of this too. It's not our job to end people's lives. We just stop them from hurting other people. What you did, giving him to Mr. Aaron, that was a good call. Mr. Aaron can take care of wizards. People who aren't wizards, we give them to the police. We let them handle it. I know that Uncle Mephisto likes you catching the bad guys, and maybe that's where the bad guys will go when they die, but we don't want to be the ones to kill them. That's not our job. That's what being a hero is.
It kind of feels like it's my job.
Oh, well, do you think you could maybe try a new job?
It feels like kind of like I got to. I mean, I guess I was supposed to. I could have waited a couple years.
Yeah, maybe you take them when they're supposed to die instead of you being the one that kills them.
Yeah, but what if they had, made another pile of people's hearts?
It's true. Well, that's what our job is to try and stop them.
Well,
And I guess killing them is stopping them.
can I be
understand that.
Can I be that, like, when there's that guy who's like on the edge and he's like the bad cop and he's like, I'm the bad cop, she says, and it's somewhat in a shockingly deep and masculine voice that you don't. That sounds very familiar from earlier in the night.
Yeah.
And she says, I'm the bad cop and I get the bad guys and I rough them up and you guys can be the good cops.
I think we could do that. What do you say? Think, Spider-Man? Could we do the good cop, bad cop routine?
It's like, no, Ira, really, you really shouldn't be going around murdering a bunch of people. I thought you were trying to live a normal life. And she looks at him like, oh, that's not, no.
It's true.
Oh, yeah, I guess it isn't. None of the kids at school can do that. They don't have superpowers.
No.
Well, I'll think about it, Mr. Spider-Man.
Hey, Ira.
I feel like I
think
was
you're
sort of
pretty
made
cool
for
kid.
this, though.
Yeah, we'll work on that, okay? We'll figure it out together.
Okay, and if you ever want me to be the bad guy, I'll be the bad guy. I can definitely fight you guys if I eat up a bunch of people.
Yeah. We got a lot of bad guys, though. I
Only
think you're
bad
way
people,
better.
though. If I try to eat up good people, it'll make me sick. And I'll get hurt real bad.
Okay. Well, alright, so nice to know that we have an evil garbage disposal. Just pitch evil into it, and it's gone. Ralph has never been more tempted to just get rid of Roderick Kingsley. Have a pretty easy way to do it.
Moral conundrums there?
Show off an easily influenced 10-year-old to a psychopathic, manipulative criminal mastermind.
Yeah, what could go wrong with that?
Nothing. Never anything bad ever goes wrong in these situations.
Absolutely not.
So,
No,
have I sent you guys her stat block before?
No.
I will send it to you now, since I think this is our first time that she has appeared that was not as a plot device.
Yeah, I think you're right.
My plan for this originally was that if you didn't call her out, was that she was just going to follow you around and then make it go for the guy at the last second.
When you say call her out, what do you mean?
If you hadn't been like, hey, we could call out Ira and have her find the bad guys for us.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's a good set of stats.
If you look at the soul collection power, she gets a +1 CS to her stats. To up to +10 per soul absorbed.
Oh, wow.
The lasting period of that is fairly short, but so like her remarkable strength would go
Wow.
150, shift 150.
Okay, and that's what happens is they get boiled up and they turn into a demon.
Yeah.
Oh, she's perfect for this kind of stuff, though. Tracking, occult lore, mystic origins. Oh, that's a good way to go, Ira. Cool. I gotta get going now, but I think that was actually a pretty successful. That's the easiest we've stopped an end of the world threat. I think for sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, you guys would have a pretty easy go of it anyways. He was a low-level wizard, so it would have been a little harder to find him without Ira, I think, but yeah.
I think
Unleash the
wizards,
demon every once in a while.
wizards more than I think maybe anybody in our games are the most overconfident about their abilities.
As they should.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
If someone with a fantastic as their highest stat is I can control Shumagorath. Let's summon him. It's bruh.
Here is I'm gonna post these for just a little bit. Here are Null's stat blocks from the Marvel Wiki. I would just like to point you to the energy projection power.
What's that say? Reanimate corpses. What?
Wow.
Is that for real?
That's what it says on the Marvel Wiki.
Wow.
So we'll hand out karma, and I will end the recording here.